So to get started, we're going to go ahead and spray the tray. I'm using Rust-Oleum spray paint.
First, I'll pick the color of the main color that I want. And then I go in, I spray. I don't always spray the whole tray, but for this tutorial's sake, I'm going to spray the whole tray because usually the picture on the inside covers everything. So I usually just spray the inner lip and outer. So once I spray the main color that I want, I'll go in and just from a distance, just kind of just add some sprays here and there. It is all wet. I do it all at the same time. I think it creates a good like blend. So now I want a color to make it pop. So I may just add like a lighter color. We'll go with yellow. And now before I spray the yellow, because I want different depth of the spray paint. So I sprayed it all pink and then just a couple splashes of the purple. Now with the yellow, I kind of just spray, make sure. When I press down on the yellow, I want it to just kind of just spit out. Not fully, so I like practice on something. Like I have a board back here, I'll just kind of like practice on to where it spits out. Then I just slowly press to where it's like literally just spitting out. Like that. And it creates these splotches. You can do that as much as you want or as less as you want. And all I do, it's really simple. Just play with the spray paint over and over of the colors you want. I like contrast. This is like a nice blue. I like a little bit of contrast. You just kind of, you can spray certain spots. And then look at that, how it turned out. Let me cut this ring light off so you can see it better because of that glare. Look at that. I can actually add even more yellow. I think that's what I'll do. But I like to do this while all the spray paint is wet because it gives it a nice blend. Also, you can try even when the spray paints have dried because it gives it a different, more solid effect. I do want to go in and add more purple again. And you can do that with any other paints, like lightly press to where it just gives you some nice little drips. And it's really that simple. Now, for my, here, I'll show you that. Look at that. Simple and pretty. And once you add your touches in there, like your image, and seal it with epoxy, it'll look awesome. There we go. Now with this, I'll just spray one side, like that. Spray the other side with purple. Make sure you get a good coat of each. And I'll do the same thing. I'll put a couple swatches of yellow, just very lightly sprayed. And it'll go, once it's dry, it'll seep through to the other side, and you'll see. Okay guys, so you guys see me spray this tray. And this is how the ashtray turned out. And then this is how the lid turned out. So I went ahead and did the print and cut of the image that I want. I showed you how I got this image. I just found it on Pinterest. Now I'm going to slowly lift her up. Now I usually use printable vinyl for my trays, but for the sake of this video, I just use sticker paper. It still works just as good, but I love the printable vinyl. It's almost like name brand versus off brand. So, get rid of that. I think I am going to turn it around. Just try to lay this in here as straight as possible. And I try to hold up one side as I lay the other side, and then I press. Just so it lays evenly and it doesn't have any air bubbles. Okay, so I laid that in there. Now I'm going to take my sticker, the 1.7. It's slightly smaller than a 1.75, if you can see that. So I'm going to take the 1.7. And here's my jar. I use these jars. And what I do is I put the jar on first. I mean the lid on first. So I know exactly where to put it. These are just leaves that I had cut out with 651 Oracle vinyl so that I can even it up like this. So she's straight on. Just make sure it's kind of in there in the middle. Sorry if you hear my heat press going. There we go. Just press that on there. There's a jar. Now the 1.75 I put inside of the ashtray. And when you put this inside, you kind of want to make sure it's completely pressed down. You kind of want to get that pressed all the way in there. Really good. Because if not, when you put your epoxy in there, it's going to have like, looks almost like watermarks. And we don't want that. So I don't know if you can see that. Just make sure it's pressed all the way in there. Now for the lighter, I have these little refillable torch lighters. And this sticker is 2.75 by 2.34. That's like the standard that I use. It usually fits like all the lighters, different lighters that I use. And all I do, first check and make sure that it works. And I'll turn it upside down. And I just line it up right in the middle. Make sure her face and everything is right in the middle. But I want to line it up with this bottom edge. I'm going to turn it around for the sake of the camera. Just try to get it as straight as you can. Once I lay it on there, just press here. Then I'm going to press to the sides. I don't even bother with that sticker because we're going to cover it. And then I press one side down and then the other side down. That's the lighter. Now, if you get this little lip right here, you can always, what I do is take an X-Acto knife and just cut it off. There we go. There's your lighter. So now we have the tray, the lighter, the ashtray, and the stash jar. Other things you can add to your set, that's all I'm going to do for this set. But other things that I add to my sets are the dupe tubes. Now for the dupe tubes, they are the stickers for this. This is another set I'm working on, so we'll go ahead and use this one. The sticker for this is 4.3 by 2.5, this one. It's really almost the same, just like the lighter. But you have to be careful with this one because you want to make sure there is a slight, it's not completely straight up and down. It goes in slightly towards the bottom. So I'm going to line the corner edge up, make sure it lines up. Let me zoom this in for you guys. I line it up right here. Now, press completely this way. And you're just going to roll it. I like to roll the bottom first and press out as you roll it. Slowly just roll it around. And that'll prevent, you see how it's slanted? Because it's slightly slimmer down at the bottom. And then you're going to turn it around and do the same. Start pressing in the middle and press out. All the way around. If you go past doing this, you'll mess it up. And there you go. Now it created the same mark, like little notch here and here, just like the lighter did. I'm just going to take the X-Acto knife and cut that off. Line it up, just kind of just go around a little bit. Lift it up with the tip of the knife. Just take that off. Same thing I'm going to do up here. Just kind of angle to where you can get that as straight as possible. And take that off. I don't like the way that looks, so I'm just going to angle it right there. And that is how I do my dupe tubes. Lastly, I have my scoop cards. And I'll show you how I do those. Now for this sticker here, that's just a sticker that goes on top of a grinder. Sometimes I add a grinder in my sets and I just put the sticker like right on top. And I seal everything either with epoxy or acrylic spray. So this is for the card. This is for the lighter. This is for the top of the grinder. I will take the top of the grinder off and the card and seal it with acrylic spray. I do not seal the dupe tubes. And I do seal my lighters, but I use shipping tape to seal my lighters. If you want to see that, I can do a video on how I seal my lighters. Just let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see that. Ashtrays, definitely epoxy. Lids, acrylic spray. And the tray, of course, epoxy. And those are my sets. And in this, in my full set, I also add dupe clips. This is a nice one. I even have dupe clips that people just buy singly. I'll also make a video on how I make my dupe clips. If you want to see those, leave me a comment down below. But hey, I hope you guys are hitting that subscribe button for all these fun ideas I have in store for you.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe and the bell because you're not going to want to miss my upcoming video on how I apply my glitter. It's called the Tack It method.